Hi, this is Pastor Bob. I'm sitting here with two old friends of mine, Brian and Mark. Mark, I think I've known you for the longest, haven't I?
Yeah.
We've been friends since 1999?
Ish.
I think so, yeah. Brian, a few years now.
Yeah, it's been a
How
few
long?
years. It's been 8-9 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, getting on for that.
So see, I wasn't lying when I said old friends. These guys are ancient.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been able to tell already, they're also from England. You know, there's some great ministry going on in England, and I've really enjoyed spending some time with these guys and the whole bunch at Meltdown. And Meltdown's been going for
3 years now.
23 years.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
It's unbelievable.
It is. Now, my first time at Meltdown was 1999.
Yeah.
So I was a latecomer, I guess, to Meltdown then. How long were you at Meltdown?
I think it's about the same time.
Same time we started at the same time?
Same time, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So let's give people a little idea what Meltdown is all about, and then we'll talk about some of the other ministries that are going on from that.
Yeah.
You want to just give us a short history?
Short history, condensing 23 years is difficult, but basically Meltdown started as a place for people who were rejected from the church. It gave them a church, a place where they could come together, they could fellowship, they could worship, and it's grown from there.
Now, you've called it a conference during these years.
Yeah.
Why has it been called a conference and not a festival?
Because music is not the focus. I mean, we call it a conference and we could also call it a retreat.
So it's a conference that also has music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The main thing is the teaching and the fellowship. The music is secondary, but it's enjoyable. And so it's a place where bands and the fans can come together and just spend time with each other. And it's also unique because we get the more, I suppose, famous members of Christian music ministry in, like Bob, Mike Bloodgood. We had Mike Reynolds from For Today last year, and we've had many other people come in, and there's an opportunity for them to spend time in fellowship as well, rather than just seeing them at the front speaking and then just leaving.
Yeah.
And it's small enough, Mark, where you can do that, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's different to most other festivals, as in most festivals you'll have the people, the delegates, people who've come there, and then the contributors, artists area there. No, everybody mixes at Meltdown. And the thing with Meltdown was, it started because Dave Williams, who founded Meltdown, was putting on tours with Striper, Bloodgood, etc. People were becoming Christian, and the church was just throwing them out, so they needed a church to actually be nurtured in. And
now Dave started way back when in management, I think, with Seventh Angel, right? And those of you that don't know, Seventh Angel was one of the original, what we would call thrash groups of the day. They started about the same time Vengeance did, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Way back when.
And they're probably one of the first Christian bands, metal bands in the UK.
In the UK, right.
Yeah, so they were very much pioneers for the United Kingdom at the time. And so, yeah, they did a lot of tours with a lot of different bands.
And so this whole evolution began there. But you know, the history is great there. Folks, they're in Birmingham, England, which is the birthplace of heavy metal.
Absolutely.
I mean, what a great place to do a festival.
Yeah.
That's all right. So Meltdown has been going all these years. You know, I've attended many times, and it's always been a real treat to be there with all these guys. And you have some real nuts there, don't you?
Oh, we have some crazy people.
Yeah.
But they're not crazy as in the scary crazy. It's the crazy
in a good way.
The lovable crazy.
But we really do have a lot of fun. It's been great.
We do.
But now these days, it's not just Meltdown, but you've branched out. This In Tune thing that you just did is really cool.
Yeah, the In Tune conference. Now the conference has been running for several years now, but it's just starting now to gain a lot more popularity with the younger bands as we're feeding them and teaching them. Well, we're not doing it personally, we just organise it, but we bring in the experienced people to teach them how to do things and to check them to make sure they're doing it right. We cover the both practical and the spiritual aspects.
So in other words, you say, you know, here's some great ideas on some good guitar riffs, and here's how you get to know Jesus Christ too.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this year we focused purely on the spiritual aspect, on why you're doing what you're doing, how you can do what you're doing better. And, you know, we had Dave speak.
Yeah. Michael Bloodgood
as well, and our new up-and-coming young man, Matt McKay. You know, all three have got such a passion for the band and for them to do it right, that it was a wonderful conference. Over 40 people attended. It was great fun.
That's so great. So, you're in the birthplace of heavy metal music.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of heavy metal music going on in town anymore.
Well, no.
You kind of feel like this is maybe a little bit of a revival, and
yeah,
you know, it's the birthplace of heavy metal.
It is, but you had 10, 15 years ago, the Christian metal scene sort of died out.
Yeah.
And now we're just seeing life come back into it. It didn't die completely, and there have always been some bands there, you know, and so we're not forgetting those. But now we're starting to see more bands come out.
Yeah.
Bands that have got a passion for reaching people, bands that have got a passion for serving, you know, and it's almost like we're back at those pioneering days. It's that exciting.
Very much.
And it's not a separate scene. That you've got the Christian metal scene, alternative hardcore scene, but they're actually going into the mainstream secular venues, and playing there. We take bands regularly into the Bass Studios, which is a local venue where we come from in Stalybridge. And
that's so great.
It is.
And literally, first time we took Conduit, one of the local bands from
Nuneaton. Great band. Yeah.
The venue closed at 11. I think we were still there at 12 talking to the kids outside.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have also participated in the Greenbelt Festival.
Yes.
That's been a wonderful open door. Greenbelt attracts about how many people every year?
Depending on who you ask, it's anything between 16,000 to 25,000.
But a lot of people.
A lot of people, and we've had the opportunity for 6 years in a row to go in there and bring in our bands and just showcase the up and coming and the best of Christian metal in the UK.
That's so great.
It's brilliant. We've had the bands from England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, and it's just given them so many more opportunities. I mean, it's great to say that we're doing this, but the opportunities that the bands get is an even bigger blessing.
Absolutely. And those of you that are in bands all over the world, you know, talk to these guys about Greenbelt, because this is a wonderful opportunity for you to showcase, for you to be involved in something great. Greenbelt is, well, it's really not a Christian festival anymore, I wouldn't call it.
Unfortunately, we're not in there anymore.
Oh, you're not now?
We're not in there anymore.
Forget what I just said.
They've asked they wanted to try it themselves.
Yeah.
So we're giving them that.
Get involved with Meltdown and
absolutely.
And some of the other things they've got going on. Some great stuff.
We had Messenger come over for Intune from Sweden.
Right.
And it was a blessing to have them here.
So you need people to connect and to do more of that.
I mean, we have a heart for teaching the bands, encouraging the bands and seeing them grow, and so we don't mind where we go to do that.
Very good.
So you can learn a lot of stuff, because Brian and Dave have both been in management for the best part of adding together, say, 30 years.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things that you've got the great riffs now. Now it's taking those great music, and with the things that we already know, how to put a press release together, how to approach a radio station. I'm a local DJ, so I can teach people how to approach a radio presenter to get their music on there.
And those are all tools that every band can use.
Absolutely, and they're simple little things that sometimes bands don't think about, because what they want to do is get together and play music. And to be fair, that's what a band should do. But if we can help them... But how do
you present that?
Yeah, if we can help them present that in the best possible light,
absolutely,
then that only enhances what they can do.
Well, folks, if you're interested, these guys have some great things going on. I appreciate you guys being with us today.
Pleasure, Bob.
Always good to see you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
God bless you.